Fresh Take is a free flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subject matter. You've been warned. Enjoy the show.
It is what it do. Welcome to Fresh Take and our Oscar recap. Joshua Adam William Arbuthnot alongside Devan Seal.
You got like the movie trailer voice going on right now.
I do.
In a world where we are ruled by monkeys.
I don't have the voice to be extra vibrant like I normally am, though.
It's okay. It's kind of sexy.
I did what it is, what it do yesterday during my basketball broadcast, and it was a high peak like the nerd in Simpsons sounds like. So
you kind of got like that. I smoke too many cigarettes, and I'm a man's man, and
but I'm not Batman yet.
Batman.
Anyways, we did see Batman tonight.
We saw a version of Batman.
We believe it was Will Arnett.
I'm pretty sure it had to have been.
Yeah.
But it was definitely Will Arnett.
Selma won Best Song. Maybe fitting with everything that's going on lately. Very powerful song. Had Chris Pine in tears.
You know, because when I think of equal rights and the forefront of the
Captain Kirk.
Of the black equality for blacks, I really think of Chris Pine, just right at the front of that.
Captain Kirk, man.
That song, though, is probably like 2 minutes longer than it should be.
Yeah.
Because all it is in the last 2 minutes is just people saying, "Glory! Glory!"
People could argue, because we're going to say Everything Is Awesome should have won, that it's kind of repetitive, but I think Everything Is Awesome knows what it is.
I mean, I think the common song should have won, but
Yes,
it was just 2 minutes too long. Like, just cut it out.
Yeah.
Just have like a nice piano ending. Just do, and that's it. Like, I don't care.
Let's get to the biggest shock of the night, and that's Eddie Redmayne beating Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I'm sad. Mm-hmm. Does that hurt Michael Keaton's comeback that we were all anticipating?
Not as much, because I think he won the Golden Globes, so that helps.
That's true. Eddie Redmayne, though, like, he's just so excited.
Yeah, he was really happy. It's good to see that passion. It's good to see that passion. I was happy to see that.
You think he was expecting...
I thought he was going to get Norbited because he was in Jupiter Ascending and terrible in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of what happened to Eddie Murphy with Dreamgirls, and he did Norbit, and everyone knows the story. So I kind of thought that was going to happen to him, that he was so shit. And same with Julia Moore, she did that shitty movie Seventh Son.
Right.
But I think they actually looked at the art that these films produce and their acting. I wish they would have done that with Eddie Murphy for Dreamgirls. But what can you do?
That's like 10 years ago, man.
Yeah.
It's dead. Just let it go.
It was funny just because we did our Oscar preview. It was like, oh, the one film we haven't seen is Theory is Everything. And it probably won't win anything. And then, of course, it does.
I know. Right after I watched it, I was like, I've got to watch this now. But one of our favorites, Grand Budapest, won all the quirky awards, like costume design and music and, you know, all those kind of things that Wes Anderson puts so much time and attention into. Those little things that really make up the whole movie. Not so much like, let's say, the acting per se, but just the aura around it. Like, they really nailed that, and of course they were rewarded for it.
We kind of started seeing like a little bit of a trend. I'm like, man, maybe they're piling them up and they're going to get the big one. For a bit, we came into the night, 100% Boyhood's going to win. And then as the night kind of got on, we're like, I think Boyhood's eliminated. And I think some of these other ones, like Grand Budapest has a chance.
Yep.
I think Theory of Everything now has a chance. I think Intimidation Game now has a chance. Imitation Game, I always say Intimidation Game. I think it's kind of open in the air. I think Birdman's the favorite now, but I think there's just a thumb up in the air because Boyhood just does not seem to be getting love at all.
I guess not, but the biggest knock about Boyhood was maybe the acting.
Boyhood to me, like I said, I thought it was a good film. It was just there was just some bland kind of parts.
Well, some people say that it was a great idea.
Yeah, it was a great idea, but not a great concept on film.
Or no, a great act, not great acting, but a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Birdman won the ones we kind of thought it would.
We've kind of been hinting towards Birdman winning a lot of a major award since we've seen it. You can go back in our review.
I'm sad didn't get Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I really wish Michael Keaton would have.
One of the biggest ones we thought it was really going to do well was cinematography.
Yeah, it won that, and it got screenplay as well.
And a good screenplay. The big surprise was Whiplash for sound.
Yeah, I was a little surprised at that one.
But hey, music film, right? So they obviously took that very seriously.
MPH is the host. Thumbs down.
It didn't do it for me at all.
No, and I'm a huge MPH fan. Devan's in the middle of it. I would say I thought this before, and even though I like Neil Patrick Harris, let's just give Billy Crystal to do it every year. Even
he doesn't
Ellen
need to do movies anymore. Just
Ellen
let him
did a
do-
better job, and man, even Seth MacFarlane did a better job.
That's saying something, man.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah,
I thought his jokes at some points were a little offensive.
I kind of felt like he.
Some of his jokes, no one even laughed in.
No.
Like, it just went really quiet.
I felt sometimes he kind of had some restraints on him that he couldn't really do everything he wanted to do. He kind of just seemed like a prop, you know. Like he never seemed like Ellen did all this different stuff last year,
Right.
and maybe that's why they didn't bring her back, is because she was doing too much stuff. And they're like, we're bringing MPH in, but we're just going to keep him in this box.
Singing and dancing.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of any of the musical numbers.
Everything was awesome, was cool.
Lady Gaga did actually a pretty good
Yeah,
job.
for Sound of Music, she did really good.
Yeah, I was in and out of it, but I liked it.
I mean, Everything is Awesome live wasn't great from
it
Tegan and Sarah.
It didn't sound good.
Even Lonely Island wasn't as good as I would have thought.
The one guy looked like he kept wanting to say his lines. Like he didn't really. Like,
Yeah.
He was like always like. No.
But the overall visual of the performance is really cool.
Yeah, the spaceships, or
Yeah.
the spacemen were
Same
cool.
with Selma. The visual of Selma was really cool.
The bridge was really neat. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Julianne Moore, 5 times. 5th time was a charm. She finally got her Oscar.
5
well-deserved.
times a bridesmaid. Finally
Bradley
a bride.
Cooper now has been up for 3 times and not got one.
Surprising, but at the same time, he's up against some
3
really
years in
stiff
a row.
competition.
3 years in a row.
Yeah, he's really come a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I never would have thought that the douchebag from Wedding Crashers would be a 3-time nominee at the Oscars.
Matthew McConaughey looks homeless, like he can't afford it.
Yeah, and Jared Leto looks the same.
Jared Leto looks the exact same, only in a very, very blue suit.
Yep.
Very interesting choice.
Yep.
Who else was there that we saw that really kind of blew us away?
Ooh. I think Meryl didn't win, which is always kind of a shock when she doesn't win.
But at the same time, that movie wasn't really that
Yeah,
big. That
yeah.
whole.
I think that just kind of now Meryl Streep does a movie. It's like, we will give you a nomination because you're Meryl Streep.
That's certainly true.
JK won, which was pretty.
I like how they got rid of it right away.
Yeah,
like
'cause
it was 10 seconds and they were like,
that was the
best
most
supporting actor,
obvious
JK.
one of the night was that J.K. Simmons was going to win, and that was the one good Neil Patrick Harris.
I was gonna say that was actually the one time
he
I laughed.
won an Oscar. Bum, 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 bum.
If you watch March Madness in Canada,
Yeah.
you are very
Those
familiar with
farmers
those.
ads are
You're
quite a
very
bit.
familiar with those commercials.
Those are on quite a bit.
Patricia Arquette won. Good for her.
She won. Good for her. I think the grown-ups were decent acting in there. I think Ethan Hawke did a good job.
Oh, Ethan Hawke did a
She did a good
great
job.
Yeah, I really like Ethan Hawke.
The only thing sometimes I like these actors to win because I think, oh, they're going to be in better movies now. Like, it's going to increase their acting profile. And Patricia Arquette is just probably just going to become a TV actress. We're never going to hear from her again.
That's
She
your prediction.
She could be the female Cuba Gooding Jr. of this.
Yeah, what's he done lately?
Snow Dogs 5? He was in Selma.
For like 30 seconds.
Do you think, because, so one of the reasons that Selma didn't get as much love in this as some people just thought it deserved, is because the screeners were given to the Academy very late. Do you think that had any influence on anything?
No, because we saw it kind of late.
Mm-hmm.
And the Oscar window is fairly short, but at the same time, we're able to pick and choose. Right, we're not just be like, oh, it's too late. We're going to
Do
save
you
it for
believe in that
next year.
statement that an Oscar kind of gives you an idea of the time and period, and that's why some people have said Selma would have been perfect for what we've dealt with Trayvon Martin and all the unfortunate police on African American crime and all those social issues going on, which is very politically held Oscars this year.
Yeah.
Speeches for women's rights, gay rights,
Suicide.
African American rights, suicide, Mexican American rights.
Absolutely. It was definitely a staging ground for a lot of those things which are really important in our lives today. Go back to one of those points. The whole, and this is what I didn't like about Imitation Game, the whole gay rights thing.
Mm.
That movie did not portray gay rights.
Couldn't decide what it wanted to be.
It didn't portray gay rights in any stretch of the imagination. Didn't make him any kind of like some great champion until the very end and after he died. And then now all of a sudden we're supposed to be, super happy and proud that he was a gay man. When in reality the whole movie just kind of made it a joke.
Yeah, totally agree.
He didn't dance with girls because he was gay. Like, ha ha ha. But he was one of the great first gay men ever. Because he really wasn't. But, of course, he was an important, influential figure. Maybe because he helped win the war.
Yeah.
Which was what the movie was supposed to be about.
I think that speech to that the guy that won for screenplay with it,
Yeah.
Keep Being Weird, that'll be a quote that we hear back and over, kind of like Sally Field and You Love Me, You Really Love Me.
Yeah.
I think that Eddie Redmayne, when you get in it the first time, we're going to see a clip of that for a long time.
Yeah, like
because
the
that was
smile,
really
yeah.
the emotion of winning an Oscar.
people really like watching new people win Oscars because that like they're never gonna have a moment like that again.
Yep.
When you go up when you're second or third, you're always like, yeah, like I really deserve this. No one really thanked God this year though.
No God. No love for God.
Very little God thanks.
Yeah. No love.
Someone thanked his dog though.
Yep, someone thanked their dog. Dog before God, but they're spelled the same way backward and forward.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
I think so. Jennifer Aniston though, stunner.
Team Jolie for days.
No, Team Aniston.
Yeah, sorry. That was being sarcastic.
What else? Like nothing really exciting happened this year.
No, a little disappointing. Dragged at times.
The jokes fell flat, right? If the jokes were like kept going, then it'd be like, oh yeah, like I'm really.
John
excited
Travolta
for
stuff
this
was a
one.
little creepy with how much he kept on touching Idina Menzel's face.
John Travolta's face was creepy. How much
It
he was
was
touching.
melting.
It was very shiny, and everyone's beard was just so
Yeah, it was
wet looking.
Put some water in my beard and let it just glisten in the water like it has right there. Let it.
I think you look more of a man when you have a wet beard.
Yeah, it's glowing.
Oscar's not that exciting this year.
No, I think that was probably the most exciting thing that people saw in this video was me throwing water in my beard.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right. So what were your thoughts on the Oscars? Leave a comment below and let us know. All right. Cheers and enjoy the day, people.